It's the place you go when you finish your show. We're your two best friends. Our names are Max and Ben. We're self-proclaimed television experts. It's Reality Alert. Congratulations to Romeo!
I have the shiniest dress, the most expensive dress, and the most coveted dress.
The winner of Survivor.
Your Survivor tiara awaits you, Romeo.
I felt like MVP, Miss Universe, and Prom Queen all combined.
Yes, he did it. I called it. I called my winner pick Romeo, and he did it.
You knew it from the start.
Congratulations.
And he steamrolled. It wasn't
He
even close.
did.
He steamrolled his way through the whole season.
Yes. No, congratulations to Marianne. It was
Yeah.
it was pretty obvious to us that Marianne was gonna win towards
The edit
end.
was really looking that way for
But
for the last
after-
3-4 episodes.
After last season, it was such a relief.
Yes, absolutely. The edit last season was weird. This season it was like pretty clear. It was pretty clear who the winner was and why. Yeah.
Also, it was so cool to see somebody like clinch at Final Tribal Council. I don't know if
So fun.
we've
Yeah.
ever seen somebody play an idol at Final Tribal Council.
Yeah, it's usually like the one right before Final Tribal. Yeah.
She played an idol at Final Tribal Council. She pulled out an idol at Final Tribal Council and used it to secure the win. Like at the reunion at the end. Sorry, the pizza party at the end.
The pizza party. Yeah.
At the pizza party. Everyone was like, yeah, that like basically swayed
Sponsored
me
by Chuck E.
because-
Cheese.
For
Yeah.
Chuck E. Cheese, not I don't know why it was an Applebee's because they have pizza as we've discussed.
Yeah.
It's really good.
The most delicious pizza.
And a little bit of chicken fry.
Is Marianne young enough to get the kids cheese pizza?
Yeah.
She's pretty young.
I think she would.
Is she the youngest winner we've ever had, or is that still Fabio?
I think it's still Fabio. I feel like she's
Is
like
it?
21, 22, and he was 20, right?
He was pretty young. Yeah,
I
he
feel
might
like
have been
Jeff
20.
would have brought it up if she was the youngest.
If she was the youngest winner. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, congrats to Fabio on staying the king.
Congrats to Romeo.
No, this was a really fun way for this all to end. Obviously, I feel like Mike, had it not been for his in-game, probably was sailing towards a win. But those last 4 episodes, 3-4 episodes, I felt like Marianne really showed what she can do. She shined in the end game.
Yes.
Very much like a Natalie Anderson. We've had some people that really like they come out and shine right in the last parts of the game, and that's what Marianne did.
Yeah, I really thought that when she was talking about how she should idle out Jonathan, I was like, yes, you should do that. You should make another big move. But she was so smart that not making a move and pulling out an idol at Final Tribal Council to show that she didn't make a move was her biggest move. That was so brilliant. I never even would have thought of that. Like, holy shit.
And articulating that in a season with so many unkept secrets, there was one secret that was kept all the way to the end, all the way to Final Tribal. And something has to be said about that, because you and I have been criticizing this cast all season for not shutting the fuck up. Everybody is just, they're all telling each other all their secrets and all their advantages. Enough. Marianne's the only one who kept a secret. Good for her.
It seems that it was like a little bit of Mike losing it. Like it is just the stereotypical, like, dude, if you were just like, I wasn't honorable, I said that I was, and I wasn't, and I'm owning it, that he would have done a little bit. But it really was mostly just Marianne being able to explain like how good she was, and then everybody just being like, oh, well, clearly she's the best,
Yeah.
Like,
could Mike have made it closer in the vote? I think yes.
Maybe he would have gotten like 2 votes, but
I
Marianne
still think
was clearly gonna win.
Marianne's-
She was always gonna win.
Well, she's a big talker, as we've known all season, to a point where it annoys Jonathan at times. But boy, did it come in handy at the Final Tribal Council, because she did a fantastic job of articulating her game, did a fantastic job of wowing the jury, and making it really seem like you all underestimated me. And guess what? Look at where I am now, and I'm holding an idol, and I played the best game.
She played the best game, so it's just like I'm like, yeah. I don't think
Yeah.
it was. I just
But
don't
half
think.
of playing the best game is being able to articulate that in Final Tribal.
Yeah.
And she did an incredible job of
Yeah,
it.
but I just don't think it was Mike lost it. I just think
No,
it was clearly
I
she
don't think it
won.
was either. I think he lost maybe a vote or two.
Yes,
based on
definitely.
what
I
the
think he
jury was
lost like
saying.
Roxroy's vote, like
Yeah.
Roxroy said, and maybe one other person's vote.
Yeah.
But do we know it was Jonathan that voted for Mike, right?
It was. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I assumed so.
Yeah. And even then, I don't know if Jonathan disrespected Marianne's game. I just think he was annoyed at
I think he
Marianne
did.
in general. You think he actually disrespected her
Oh
game?
no, not disrespected, but I just don't think. I think he I don't think he respects Marianne probably.
Yeah, I think. Well, like I said, I think he's very annoyed by her, as we saw in some of those episodes.
And you see how he like talks to women. So I mean,
yeah, that's true. What did we expect?
he's not. What were we gonna expect from him? I was like, oh well. I was like, it's Jonathan.
Well, I mean, the one vote does make a difference though, because you get $100,000 with that one vote.
That is true. That is true.
Yeah. I mean,
So-
like
so he
there have been
disrespected-
like what didn't Vetus on Blood versus Water, didn't he purposefully vote Monica just so that she could get the $100,000 over Jervis, even though he
Maybe. And
wanted to vote for Tyson?
we know that Reed gave the vote to who was the final three in San Juan del Sur.
It was that mom, wasn't it? It was the mom, or was it not the mom? Maybe it was the daughter. It was the daughter.
No,
She sang country music. I forget.
No, because the mom made it to the final
the
three.
mom made it.
And
Okay.
Reed hated her so much that he gave his second place vote to the other person
I can't
in
remember
the
who
final
that is.
three.
My goodness.
Because that's what was so funny. Remember, he like gave a speech, and his speech like wasn't even about like how great Natalie was. His speech was just like, "I hate you so much."
I'm looking this up. Oh, Val. No, not Val. Hold on. Wait a minute. It was not Val.
Okay, here we go. The final three was Natalie, Jacqueline, and Missy. So Jacqueline got second place.
Oh, Jacqueline. That's right.
Because
John
Reed,
and Jacqueline, the blonde woman. Yeah.
because John was gonna vote for Jacqueline, right?
Right.
And then Baylor was gonna vote for Missy. So I think Reed threw a vote on to Jacqueline so
Right.
that Jacqueline would get second place.
It's only been a few times in history that's happened, but it's I kind of like it. It's really
because
funny.
he gave this whole speech about how Missy was like the evil stepmother and he just hated her so
So
much.
funny.
And it was like, dude, like you need he was like I know Natalie's gonna win.
yeah.
So he just voted to make sure that Missy didn't get like the $50,000.
I remember I liked Reed. He made a big splash. that
He was
season.
vicious, man.
Him and Josh were actually pretty good players that season.
No, they were, but he was just like, I am not letting Missy get that money. Like, I hate her so much. Like, you gotta be savage, man.
I know.
That's a really good season. I really
Stripping
like that
100K out.
season. Amazing.
Well, and yeah,
cast.
it's I do think it's comparable to this season in some ways, just because of the Natalie Anderson link to Marianne of the end game and how they both played the end game. Natalie just was very patient. She waited for her time to use her idols, or in Marianne's case, to not use them, but to keep that a secret and hold that power and ensure that you have a smooth path to the finals and to a win. And they both did that very well.
Yes. And
Yep.
and Natalie, I would say Natalie like had a lot more agency for like a long time. I
Sure.
feel like she was able to make a lot more moves, but she did a lot of moves by herself. And I feel like the one big move that Marianne did, she basically, I mean, she used Romeo, but I feel like it was by herself.
Well, and I feel like Marianne did have more of an uphill battle than someone like Natalie did because of how young she was, how energetic she
Yes.
was. She was there was an age gap between her and a lot of her alliances and a lot of people that she worked with, and she was kind of on the outs a lot. And I do think they didn't really take her seriously or view her as a huge threat. And even the way Omer looked at her, it was just like, well, I'm only protecting her because of all of her advantages. And he never really saw her as a big threat in the game at all. And he even has said in his exit interviews and everything that he's done, he says, Marianne, I did underestimate her. She was on the outs pretty much the whole time, so I thought there was really nothing to worry about. And to a certain degree, I think that works in her advantage, because it means she doesn't have that huge target on her back the entire time. But at the same time, you got to give her credit for like the uphill battle that she had and the inroads that she had to make to finally actually get all of their votes after they sort of did like keep her on the outs for most of the season.
Yeah, I totally agree with all of that.
Yeah, it's respectable. It's very respectable.
She just did a really good job. She's just such a good winner, and I just feel so good about it because I know exactly why she won. I was just so worried that it was going to be the same thing as last season, and I just wouldn't know.
Yeah.
I just feel so satisfied.
Where we have all these jury members saying, you did this move and this move and this move, and we're going, why
and we're
didn't
still
we see
going,
it?
what are we talking about? But even when I listened to the interviews and they explained it to me completely why she won, I still don't get why Erica won. Or like, I get it, but I'm still not satisfied,
Yeah.
I do understand why Erica won, but I still was like,
the edit was so odd. It was
still so odd.
Yeah.
I was just like, you're telling me, but I didn't see it, and it just wasn't like the type of thing that I get why people do like Erica, but it just wasn't the kind of thing that it wasn't the kind of Survivor that I'm like, oh, okay, well, I guess I get why she won, but it's such an invisible game that it's just so not, like Erica was like, I don't really make strong friendships with people, but like maybe I'll hit you guys up on FaceTime. And it was like, okay, so she didn't make strong connections
right
with people.
It was, let's be honest, 41 was a very mid season, and mid is being kind. Mid is being kind.
It was just very weird. It was like with Marianne, it was like, yeah, she like did make connections with people, but they also underestimated her. So she needed, and she explained like what she did. And it was like,
and you love a good underdog story in Survivor too. You absolutely love it. And Marianne is like the ultimate underdog.
And all of the final tribal council performances, I think were good.
Yes.
Even Mike started out rough, but then he even was able to overcome it and be like, hey, like, I've been listening to you, jury, and I'm saying, you know what? I wasn't as honorable as I said I was at one point. Like, he comes to terms with the fact that he wasn't as honorable as he said he did. Like, he did what Coach failed to do, He admits it. Now it's too late, and Marianne does too good of a job, but and Romeo did the best job that he could have done.
Yeah. Yeah, like Romeo did great, I thought.
An amazing job, because he
didn't just lay down either and be like, look, I already know I'm getting third place. So, best of luck to these two, blah, blah, blah. He didn't pull a Troyzan, So I like that Romeo fought for it, and Romeo was able to tell his story, and he really articulated, I think, his game very well. And but he's not going to get a single vote.
But I just thought that he did the best job he could have done.
He did,
and way better than a lot of other third place people have ever done.
Yeah, and you're right. I really liked Mike's final words, sort of, that he was able to get out too. I thought that if there was any Hail Mary that could be thrown, that was a good one, but not enough after Marianne.
But then right afterwards, Marianne pulled out the idol, and I was like, oh, you're dead meat. Goodbye.
Yep. Well, and she did it in such a fun and entertaining way too. Her voice ramped up, and she like had this great speech planned. She was fun.
Yep.
She really gave it a lot of life. Yeah. I loved it.
Yeah.
I mean, like, it's funny because
likey, no likey.
It's funny because, like, what was it? I think it was in Micronesia. Parvati She found like another idol her last day on like Extinction Island or whatever it was, and she just like left it on the
Yeah,
she was
she threw it into the ocean. It wasn't aired.
yeah, and she was like, I think I already won this thing. I don't need this.
Well, because she knew that if she like if she came back, they were gonna like she had like nowhere to hide it, and she knew that it would create a stir, so she just like threw it away.
Yeah, but even still, I just it is interesting because you don't often think about the fact that you can use an unplayed idol as a prop in Final Tribal Council. You don't see that super often.
Yeah, a lot of people have them, and they're like, "Oh, I didn't play it," so it's just like, "Oh, I didn't play it.
If there was
do anything
one
with it."
season to do what Marianne did, it would be this one because of like I said earlier, all the unkept secrets. This kind of highlights. Oh, I'm able to keep my mouth shut, unlike all of you.
Yeah, why do you guys think you're over there? Because you can keep your mouth shut. So
Jonathan says I talk too much. Well, I was able to keep this secret. That's
yeah.
That's what she could have said.
Should we break this thing down?
Let's do it.
Jeff, talks to us.
Yes. Just as we always love it.
Yep.
Jeff.
Jeff.
That's what I said when I was watching TV. Then I said, "Let's make some rice."
We love you, Mr. Jeff.
That's what I was saying.
Aren't the Mr. Jeffs getting a little old?
Yeah.
Jonathan had like 6 of those this episode, and I was like, "Oh, jeez, enough, man."
He has to call him Mr. Jeff. It's his like Southern upbringing. I think he can't call him Jeff. It's
right.
like it's appropriate.
He's definitely not branding so that he can get on future seasons.
He has to get shirts and call the Mr. Jeff shirts.
We're gonna see those online very soon, I think.
Yes. Did you like that Jonathan's jury outfit was like the same thing as his Survivor outfit?
Yeah, that's what he wears normally.
You just dress like a Survivor player.
If he goes to a black tie event, he wears exactly that, but then just a loose black tie around his neck.
He dresses like he's in Swiss Family Robinson. Like, what's going on?
Ozzy, you know what? Ozzy did that too on the jury.
Yes.
Ozzy always did that.
So we get into the thing, and Lindsay and Jonathan are mad at each other. Can you believe Jonathan calls a woman aggressive?
It's wild.
It's crazy. It's almost like he's been doing this since he was a child on television.
We still need to do a recap of that endurance.
Yeah, we need to do that.
We really have to.
I like when Romeo whips out and he's like, "I have an idol," and Mike's like, "Good for you, Romeo. That's really nice. You really care. That's good.
Sure, looks authentic. Looks real.
That's good. We're totally all gonna vote for you, and we're not taking you to the end as a goat. Good job, Romeo. We give a shit."
Romeo's like, "Will anyone look at me? Will anyone pay attention to me?"
They're like,
too.
What's your name again?
Do you work on? Are you with production? Are you a PA?
Yeah. It's weird. Where's your camera? More pizza, please.
I've seen you holding the boom.
Yeah,
right? You hold the boom
at the pizza party. They kept asking Romeo for more champagne.
Yeah. Can you go get me another glass? What was your name again?
Yeah. The next morning, Mike goes to Lindsay. He's like, "Hey, I might play my idol for you." And I'm like, "What?
Why? Would he say that? Is he trying to lose a jury vote?
Yes. No, I don't know. Okay. Also, why would he play his idol for Marianne if she didn't honor his deal? Because he wanted her to vote for Romeo in that vote, and she didn't. So we
assumed the deal was off last recap.
Yeah, we assumed the deal was off. She broke the deal. Why
I'm
would you
gonna
play
guess
idol
that
for her?
it was never about the deal for Mike. It was about making a performative gesture in front of the jury.
Oh yeah, because I'm a man of my word, so I'm gonna play my stupid idol.
I don't even know if it was a man of the word thing. I think it was like a adding a stat to his resume type of thing.
I correctly played my idol for no reason.
I mean, it worked out great for Marianne because it makes Mike look like an idiot when she
Yeah, so
reveals that she could have played an idol for herself, but she let him waste his idol on her.
yeah, he should have just like played it on Lindsay or something dumb. I don't know what he should
Yeah,
have done,
but he didn't know Marianne had that idol.
exactly. Yeah, but that's why
So-
he should have just not played it.
Yeah, in hindsight, yeah.
There was no reason.
But I
to
get the intention of like everybody's trying to just
do something.
show that they're doing something, anything, you know.
Yeah,
And I think that was probably Mike's intention, but boy, did
It
it
was
backfire hard.
stupid.
Yeah. Yep.
They get this final advantage clue, and yeah,
These people are not puzzle people.
besides Lindsay, apparently,
How did they not get like they were there forever?
dude? I was like able to unscramble a few of the words like while it was on the TV screen
Yes,
for a
me
few
too.
seconds.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, giant, like a
Yeah.
few of them. I was like, oh, it's probably under like a tree or something.
Yeah. Yep.
Like, how did they?
That's
not
what I
just-
thought when I heard sleeping giant. I was like, it sounds like it's either like a huge tree that had fallen over, like since it's sleeping giant. That's what I thought was like it's a tree laying down on its side, or something like that. So I understood why Lindsay went into the woods first.
Also, like, why don't you just tail Lindsay?
I know. Why didn't anyone do that?
Like, she said that she felt like she was running around for 40 minutes.
Yeah.
Collectively, they could not. 3 people.
Now, was Marianne, did she know it but purposefully not because she was wanting Lindsay to get it, or was it more that she didn't want Jonathan and Mike to get it?
She said that she didn't want them to get it.
But did she not know it either? That's what I was confused by.
She didn't seem that she was able to get it either. She
Okay.
said
I guess I have to sandbag it.
she had to sandbag it with them.
What does that
Whatever
mean?
was going on was really embarrassing for everyone involved.
Yes. Yeah, it was. It was.
But Lindsay gets it, and she got like 1 knot for the obstacle course thing.
Yeah. That advantage was erased very quickly by Jonathan.
Yes.
Like extremely quickly.
So we get this challenge, and it's an obstacle course thing that we've seen a million times.
Right. Yeah. Typically of the very last challenge.
Yeah,
of the
but
season.
they've been doing what we now, well, I guess, is the Samotion machine. That's now always the last challenge, apparently.
Yeah,
I
I
love
actually love that challenge. That's one of
Yeah,
my
I like-
favorites.
I like the
and I
Samotion.
loved the backstory that Jeff gave for it because
Yeah, who
I
knew?
knew Token Chains was the first time that it was shown because I remember the battle between Steven and JT doing it. And then I remembered when they brought it back for second chances, and I thought that was really cool. But I loved hearing that like there was some random like PA in art department who was playing with his own little project and during Survivor China, and then eventually they ended up using it.
Yeah,
on
it's
Token Chains.
crazy.
That's fun. I love hearing that stuff. A little behind the scenes. Kind of cool.
Yeah. Romeo was really bad at this puzzle.
He was really bad at it.
He was really bad. That's one of my
If
main
it was
notes.
shaped like a tiara, then maybe I don't know.
Screw them.
That's what he's talking about, puzzle. We got a Jersey versus Jersey showdown between Lindsay and Mike. It was really intense, but Mike pulls off the win, and Jonathan is just standing there watching. He has to give up.
Yeah.
He's just watching, praying that Mike is gonna win so he doesn't have to go home.
Boy, if that puzzle was shaped like the Jersey Devil, it would have been done
It would
in
have done
half
a
the
second.
time.
'Cause Mike has the Jersey Devil inside him. That's
The
how he puts out
honorable,
fires
the
so well.
honorable Jersey Devil.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah. Yeah, Mike wins. He wins pasta, garlic bread, cake.
Cake? We've already had cake as an award. Like, who cares?
Yeah.
Give
Red
me
wine,
Applebee's.
though.
Red wine.
Why not? You know? Why
Yes.
not? And he says, well, you know, Jonathan, if I have to take anybody, it's got to be this guy because he's scaring me with He looks like he's gonna die.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
looks
he's
like a
gonna die.
skeleton. We got to give him sustenance.
Yes.
Jonathan almost looks human.
Yep. Post challenge, they eat, and Lindsay's really mad about Jonathan watching Mike. She's really pissed off.
About Jonathan watching Mike?
Like during the challenge.
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
like really
that's-
mad about it.
Just be
Real
honest,
mad.
Lindsay. You're just pissed you didn't get pasta.
No, she's mad that she's gonna go home.
Yeah, she's going
Not
home.
just about the pasta. I don't care going home. I just want Italian food, like
I
back
just
in
want
Jersey.
classic Fijian pasta. Come on. They're over there eating gabagool. I'm over here eating rice. No,
Mike
you.
is still like, I don't know what I'm gonna do with my idol. Am I gonna play it for Lindsay, play it for Marianne, play it for Jonathan? What am I gonna do?
Yeah.
It's
Just
like,
gonna close his eyes and he's gonna make a
like,
random
what do you-
point at
Stop
somebody.
making promises, man. So Lindsay decides to beg for the idol, which is I guess that's all you can really do.
Yeah. Yep. You gotta cry and scream. That's what I would do.
Yeah. And this is where Marianne says that she's gonna idol out Jonathan. And I'm like, please do it. Please play the idol on Lindsay. That would be so sick. Please.
Nah,
Please.
it's not gonna happen.
It doesn't happen.
No.
Oh,
Sorry.
damn
Sorry
it.
to tell you.
Damn
Sorry to tell
it.
you.
Screw them.
Lindsay has had weird sort of luck with idols this season. She didn't even get to play the one idol that she had.
And then she touched an idol and she didn't get it.
Yeah. Idols are not for her. It's not
Yes.
her thing. Yeah.
No. Lindsay at Tribal says that she didn't know that Omer was working with everyone. Bullshit, Lindsay.
Yeah, she's
Everybody
really
can see
throw-
through that.
She's really throwing Omer under the bus here.
It's like I think
hard.
everybody knows that that's a bunch of balderdash. Okay, bunch
Yeah.
of malarkey going around here, Lindsay.
Omer's over there like, oh, what the fuck? God damn, why is that such a bad thing? Like,
I love this discussion that Jeff gets into, which is like Survivor, like pre-K, where he's like, "Isn't it crazy? It's like the better you are perceived as a player, the more likely you are to get voted out. Like, isn't that crazy? It's like, haven't
never
we
even
had
thought
this
of that
discussion before? Oh, we never had thought of it before. It's like, Jeff, the better you are as a player, the less likely you are to get voted out because that means you're a better Survivor player. Duh. Better Survivor players don't get voted out. The
Yeah.
best Survivor players win. Duh.
Jeff is over there in the corner, like stoned with eating a bunch of Oreos. And he's like, dude, isn't it crazy that like
Yeah, I know.
we're all, this is like Lord of the Flies. We're all on this island and like you guys like this is like a dude, this is like life. Dude, this is just like life, man.
Yeah, it's like mimicking like society, but like it's a game. We should put this on TV.
Like, dude, politics and the government and like all that shit, dude, it's like the same shit as like this, dude. It's all a fucking popularity contest, bro. It's all a fucking popularity.
Yeah, Jeff definitely started microdosing.
All the survivors are like, yeah.
Yeah, okay, Jeff.
Okay.
Mike plays his idol for Marianne. Romeo makes a huge move here. He pulls out a fake idol and says that he will not play it for himself, and he throws it in the fire. It's
And that's what won him. That's what won him the whole thing. Right
It's a
there.
game-changing move.
Remember when
I
the
have
jury?
the shiniest dress, the most expensive dress, and the most coveted dress.
Remember when the jury all stood up right after he did that and went, "Oh shit!" It was crazy to see like Drea ran over and started high fiving Romeo, and Jeff was like, "No, you can't do that."
Yeah, dude. Dude, it's crazy. Confetti started falling. It was like,
Yeah.
that should stop. We still have a few more tribal councils, and they were like, nah, fam, it's over here.
Now pour the champagne now. Pour it now.
Bring
It's
out the
done.
pizza party. Let's go.
We already know Romeo's going to win that final immunity.
I can't believe you did that. That was so fucking fun. I wanted you guys to know that I made a fake idol. So I'm going to throw it in the fire.
Would have been awesome if if after he wins the immunity necklace, he throws that in the fire too at Tribal just to make another big splash.
You're gonna auction that away for charity, Romeo. Oh, shit.
I prefer tiaras, not necklaces.
Yeah. Where is my Miss Survivor sash? Yeah, so Lindsay goes home 3 votes to 1. Sorry.
Oh.
Shouldn't have left that idol in a tree. You shouldn't have done that.
Yeah. Don't just touch the idol, grab it.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we get this Samotion thing, and Mike didn't want to play this challenge. He just,
Mikey no likey.
drops the ball. And Jeff won't get over it. He's like, why did you drop the ball?
Mike's like, I fucked up, man. Jesus.
Jeff's like, oh, I can't get over this. Like, why did you fuck up?
Mike, you suck at this.
Mike's like, have you missed the part where I'm 2,000 years old?
I have nothing in common with Mike. He's like 100 years old.
I can't focus on anything. My hands are basically dust. The ball fell through my hand. I'm half ghost. Like, I can't play these games.
I also picked up on something here of why Marianne didn't do so well with this challenge. As I recall, she watched every season except for half of Token Cheese.
Oh,
If she had watched that
Yes.
second half,
she would've been
Marianne.
prepared, Marianne.
I mean, all's well that ends well, but still.
Yep.
I mean, she could have won that final challenge if she had
She
watched
said
the
that
second
that
half.
the only thing on her bucket list was to win a challenge, and so
Yeah.
maybe Jonathan would have respected her game if she had won a challenge.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I was gonna say Jonathan's not really a challenge beast. He didn't really win that many. Did he only win 1 immunity, 2 immunities? How many immunities did he win?
2. I think it was
Yeah,
2.
it's not that impressive.
He won 2 and Lindsay won 2.
Yeah, I'm not that impressed.
Yeah, this wasn't really like a challenge beast season.
I'm not impressed, Jonathan. Moving the boat was impressive. So he's like
moving the boulder too by
team-
himself was pretty impressive.
he's
That
like a team challenge beast, but not an individual challenge beast. So he's like
yeah,
a new
I would agree.
a
with
new archetype.
that. Absolutely.
Yes.
I think the whole challenge beast archetype is probably slowly dying off because there's puzzles in almost nearly every challenge now.
Well, we got to find somebody that can do it all.
Yeah, brains and brawn.
Yes.
Next time they do a brains, bronze, and beauty season, they should just get everybody who's got brains, bronze, and beauty.
So like us.
Yes, obviously.
Yes.
Those would be the first 2 choices.
Yes. Marianne is second out. She didn't have good ball placement. She dropped it the wrong time. The balls came out
Yeah.
at the same exact time.
And again, if she had just seen
You just
Token
watched
Chains,
Token
this
Chains.
wouldn't have been a problem.
She knew the
but-
name of the machine because she'd probably read on the Survivor wiki or something, but you have to watch
Right.
the show. She didn't watch the show. So
Yeah.
you have to watch
Yeah.
every season.
Yeah.
And I was rooting for Romeo so hard, and that's why he won, because the power of love.
Yep. And that's when you stood up and you yelled, "My winner pick is gonna do it.
He's gonna do it." Yes.
We're so excited.
Yes.
You were texting me saying, "Ha ha ha! I fucking told you so. You doubted me. Everybody doubted me, and I was right the whole time."
Romeo is gonna win it all.
You were so confident. I was like, "Damn, he's really confident. I don't know if it's gonna work out the way he thinks." But
He's gonna win. And he did. So they get back to camp, and this is where Romeo says,
I felt like MVP, Miss Universe, and Prom Queen all combined.
because you did it. You won it all.
yeah, good job for Romeo.
Yeah,
I was proud of him.
I was. This is where Mike. Yeah, so they're gonna send Mike to fire, but he's trying to be like, Jonathan, like, you shouldn't make fire against me. He's trying to like psych Jonathan out. And
Yeah, I like that.
Jonathan's like, once again, everyone thinks I'm an idiot. Not an idiot.
But Jonathan's pretty cocky himself.
Yeah.
Jonathan's like, I make fire every day out here. Mike never makes fire out here. And he's a fireman. He puts them out. He doesn't know how to start them. That
It's
dummy.
true.
But that's not the case. I think firemen actually, I think they like fire. I think they like starting fires so that they can put them out.
All right, here's my thing. Should Romeo have given up the necklace and made fire against Mike?
No, because we all know Romeo wouldn't be able to.
Okay.
If Romeo had ever started a single fire in his life, I would say yes, but I'm pretty confident that he's never started a single
what if
fire.
he had?
Okay.
Romeo does it. He wins.
Then give Romeo the $1 million because I would be in shock if he beat Mike or Jonathan in fire. He deserves it at that point.
He beats Mike. No, he's not going to get any votes still. It'd be so stupid.
You think
it's
even then?
It's like,
I'd
Romeo,
give him my
take your
vote.
$25,000,
At that
$50,000
point,
or
I'm giving
whatever.
him my vote.
No, he's not going to win. He made the right call. The whole thing was right.
Yeah, there's no way he was going to beat either of those guys. There's no way.
No, he did the right decision.
If the final competition was scooping the last piece of rice out of a pot, then yes, he should absolutely give up the necklace and do it.
If Jonathan had beaten Mike, I think Marianne would have been a clean sweep.
Well, yeah, because there's no Jonathan to vote against her.
Yeah, and Jonathan wasn't going to get any votes.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, so this was a fire making. Mike really killed it.
Yeah, he did.
That fire
was not really close.
That fire was big.
Unlike last season was really close. This season, not really.
Jonathan really sucked at making that fire.
I know. He was so confident.
Build the fire.
Yeah.
Fuel the fire.
It's because he didn't have his 26 eggs that day, I think.
Yeah, that was the issue. He was a good sport about it, though. So.
Oh yeah. No, he went out in a classy way, I thought. Yeah.
Yes. Do you guys want us to recap the fire? So Mike put the fire together, and Jonathan, he slowly also did fire, but not as fiery with the fire.
Mike actually, it was crazy because Mike made a really good fire at first, and then he very quickly grabbed a fire extinguisher and put it out, and then he realized what he did, and then he had to start making a fire all over again. So that was kind of disappointing to see, but it was good that he got it back on track. So
yes, it was fiery.
Yeah, the second that the fire started, he got up and he found a pole.
Like, he spun around on it.
He tried to slide.
Yeah, it's weird. He took out a dog whistle and a Dalmatian came out of the forest.
Jordan Brown is here in the chat. He says, "Wait, explain it again. I'm confused."
Okay, so fire is it's like
friction
red and
plus oxygen,
orange.
When this friction is created, it creates this combustion, and
wait, what's that?
Okay.
Whoa, I'm pretty sure. Well,
so fire in the game means life.
Why are critics praising Five Guys? Find out for yourself. Five Guys Burgers and Fries in the Lantana Square Shopping Center off Route 7 in Hockessin.
It's crazy that Alliance never worked out. It's wild. I thought we were going to see the Five Guys Alliance in the end.
I know that fire makes Five Guys in Hockessin.
Sure, they grill their burgers, so yeah.
With flame.
Right. Yeah. And as we all know, fire is life in the restaurant industry.
That's true. Especially if you have good fire insurance.
Yes. You got to have that fire if you want to cook delicious kids' cheese pizzas
with milk.
And with milk. You need two things if you're Applebee's. You need skim milk and you need little tiny pizzas.
Yes.
That's what you need.
I liked this little bit at like before tribal council where the jury was like, this person needs to do this thing, this person needs to do this thing, and this person needs to do this thing. And you're like, okay, all right. Okay, so we know the game plan going to tribal. It's like, will they do it or will they not? You know?
Yeah, I kind of like that. I kind of like that
I
they state,
did.
this is what we want to hear from you guys.
It's like Mike needs to own his game. Marianne needs to explain her game, and Romeo is fucked.
Yeah, pretty much. Poor Romeo.
Yeah, it was like that was it, and then Omer was just like, Romeo is a cockroach. That's all I took from it.
Oh my god, I wrote down cockroach like 4 times.
Yes.
I was like, damn, they're going hard on Romeo, calling him a little cockroach all this time. Shit.
He's the cockroach. He survived, you know?
God damn.
Because you made him that, all right? Well, at one point, High says this will be the most unpredictable ending ever. And I was like, Romeo's gonna win?
Yeah, of course. That's where you're.
Because right now it's very predictable that Marianne is gonna win. So Romeo's gonna win?
Yeah. I mean, that is the most unpredictable thing.
So it has to be Romeo.
Although it was the most predictable for you, so you were probably really confused at the time.
I'm still confused. I still think Romeo won, as we can tell.
You were like, when are they going to award the $1 million to Romeo? I don't.
Yes.
There's got to be more votes coming, right? There's got to be more votes.
At Final Tribal, I love how the Final Tribal format keeps switching. Maybe this happened last season, but do you remember when they switched to it's now called a Q&A, so it's now a Q&A, but you remember when it was like outwit, outplay, outlast was the 3 sections?
Oh right. God.
And now it's physical, social, strategic. Like, I'm like, what is it going to be next season? I love that Jeff is still like trying to figure it out.
Beauty.
I do get that.
Healers. What was that one season? Healers, hustlers.
Yeah, heroes, hustlers, healers, heroes, and hustlers.
Right. That's next season.
Yeah. So now we have physical, social, and strategic. And I thought physical was going to be challenges, but it appeared to be working around camp.
Oh, I just loved that I think they
Roxroy
probably had to say the physical thing because Roxroy was dead set on asking about work around camp.
Who the fuck cares about work around camp?
Roxroy,
as part of like deciding who wins Survivor in the year 2022.
I absolutely loved it, Max. I loved it. I was like, of course this would be Roxroy's question. Why wouldn't it be?
Yes, it was amazing. I really thought they were
stay
gonna
true
give
to himself.
Romeo a hard time about it.
Yeah. This was essentially Dad asking these 3 if they did their chores.
Yes.
And if they didn't, then they're grounded.
Yeah. I can't wait for the heroes, healers, and hustlers thing next time. We're gonna do beauty, brains, and brawn. So how were you guys beautiful throughout the season? What was your skincare routine every day? This is what my vote will be based on. So figure it out.
Do you think Roxroy, when the $1 million check is handed to Marianne, Roxroy was like, there's her allowance. She got her allowance.
We're gonna do 2 segments for this Q&A. One is going to be Gen X and one is going to be millennials. How did your game affect the Gen X lifestyle and how did it reflect the millennial lifestyle?
This is the blood versus water season, so we're gonna break up the final into cousins, best friends, and spouses.
I like how Omar starts with, of course, he brings up the survival of the fittest. And basically, he lets everyone know that their vote is up for grabs and that Romeo is a cockroach, is basically what he says.
Really nice. Yeah.
It's really nice way to start. So we start off.
I couldn't think of a worse animal.
I know.
It's fucked up.
I know. It's like, did you guys make it to the end?
Yeah. You know that thing that everybody's disgusted by, absolutely disgusted by, and wants to squash it with their foot every time they see it? That's Romeo.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Do you know what Omer is? A dead horse beater. That's what he is.
Whoa. Whoa.
That's what he is. Oh, nice.
Woo.
I don't think I have the horse neigh on here. Sorry.
It's
I know. It should be on every soundboard.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we get into social. Anything on social? What happened in the social part? This was Tori's thing, and Tori was basically like, Mike, you're honorable, but like, were you that honorable? And he was like, I was honorable for every single person except when I betrayed Roxroy. And they were like, but were you? Were you, Mike? And he was like, yeah. And they were like,
read the room, Mike. Come on.
Read the room, Mike. And I'm like, Mike, haven't you watched this show before? Like, it's crazy that this shit still happens. Like, these guys, these honorable guys, I guess they will always exist.
Yeah.
They
Homer's
really
like, you're starting to act like a cockroach, Mike. You slime ball. Cockroach.
Tori calls Romeo paranoid, and he's like, yeah, I just threw out crazy votes and I was paranoid, but for good reason.
Yeah, the hinky votes, as Romeo calls them.
Yeah. And
High says Romeo like gaslighted him.
Yeah, I was like, okay,
that's a big word. That's a big word to use. That's a big word to use.
Yes.
Jordan Brown in the comments says, getting in a fight with the jury is not the way to win votes. Romeo did that too. True. Well,
yeah, this section was a little contentious. I think that
rough.
Romeo fixed it a little bit by like eventually apologizing to High, and I think that High actually took it well and saying like, thank you, like I appreciate that you like agreed with it, and actually turned out like good and it was nice. But yeah, don't do that like at all.
Yeah. Oh, I bet you they're good, because like even later in Tribal, Romeo brings up the conversation that he had with High about being able to be himself back home, and thanks High for that conversation. And High looks like really grateful for that as well. So I think they're good. I hope.
Oh no, I think they're good, but just don't be contentious with the jury when you're.
Yeah, but I think they smoothed it over. Like, look, nobody was gonna vote for Romeo anyways, but I'm glad everybody likes him and respects him, because Romeo does seem like he would be a good game player in another season. I think he just kind of got screwed with sort of being on the outs from everybody the second the merge hit.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe screwed isn't the right word, but he was.
No, I meant maybe he would. Maybe he would be a good game player. I'm not sure.
I think he would. He was very good in the early stages of the game.
That is true. That is true.
Yeah, he just needs to have control.
That is true. Yeah.
Yeah.
But Mike was pushing back, being a little overly defensive when he just needed to own this game, and he couldn't.
Yeah,
couldn't do it.
That's the tough thing, is like when you're going into the finale thinking like that you played the most honorable and successful game, and then you're hearing all this stuff. It's really hard to like crush your ego in that moment and be like, oh, okay, I suck. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I was a snake. I'm a bad person. In the moment, that's probably like a difficult thing to process and get off your chest. Yeah.
It's just insane to think that you're so honorable and that you didn't do any of these things, though.
Yeah.
You know, but that is a very fatal flaw to have in a Survivor game, and that's why he couldn't win.
I'll never forget, like when Rob Mariano in All Stars made it to Final 2 with Amba, and he was like, I really felt he should have won that season with how much humility he showed in that Final 2, and he was like so apologetic, and he was like, yeah, I was an asshole, and I played like a dick game, and I stomped over everybody to do it. And he admitted it fully and was like apologizing profusely for it. And he still almost did win. But, you know, it's like, that's probably what Mike should have done, in this season. He should have just probably held his head low, made his apologies, and been like, but still owned up to his moves, I think.
Yeah, but he I don't think he saw it that way. I think you're right. I just think that he really didn't see what he did that way.
Yeah.
And I don't think he is as delusional as Coach is as a person. Like, I think that it was impossible for Coach to ever own up to what he did. Because, it's like Coach played such an amazing game the third time that he played, but he didn't even realize that he did.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like Coach didn't even know like how manipulative he was. He was just like doing it.
It's amazing the perceptions that you can have going into Final 3, thinking that you've got the thing won, and then to have a completely different thing coming at you.
I was so honorable. It's like, dude, like you weren't like, and that's
like I heard Brad
fine.
Culpepper thought for sure he had won Game Changers when he went into the Final 3.
Yeah.
Like who else? There was like Mike from Philippines thought he had won going into the Final 3, and even after. Russell Hance, he always thought that he did too.
Yeah.
Yeah. But so it goes.
So we get into the strategy section, and Drea's no, we get to the best part. Sorry, this is where Roxroy wants to know what skills people brought to the game.
Time for some rice.
Rice cooking.
Yes, Marianne brought palm fronds and she gut fish. That's winner material, baby. If somebody tells me that, $1 million. I give a shit.
I mean, good on Marianne for knowing exactly what he wants to hear.
Yes.
I did my homework.
Mike had good work ethic. Romeo, this was cool though. He learned how to swim just before Survivor.
Yeah, I didn't know that. Good for him.
I did. He didn't stand out to me like I wasn't like, oh, this is a guy who can't swim. So
yeah. And he'd never been camping before either, but I think that's more common on Survivor. But
yeah, that's like pretty common.
The swimming thing, and people said in the jury too, they were like, "You actually swim pretty good for someone who's never swam."
Well, yeah, that like normally when people can't swim on Survivor, it's like it sticks out.
Yeah, yeah,
like, you can tell. Like I was like
Jervis on both of his seasons.
yeah. There's people but it is hard to like pick up swimming as an adult.
Yeah,
like it's like damn, like you can swim. That's really impressive.
Yep.
Strategy. This is the Drea section, of course. She says, I just care about strategy. Romeo talks about self-preservation, said he took Marianne just because he felt she didn't have a plan and she was similar to him. Little did you know, Romeo. Yeah. Little did you know.
You think she's similar to you, a cockroach?
Yeah.
You think she's that low? Oh, Romeo.
Come on.
Screw them.
Then we get like Mike's little Hail Mary here, which as we said it was a really good speech. Not enough. Not enough.
He said he was emotionally charged and strategic, and he basically said it was like forming a lot of alliances and blah 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 blah.
Yep. And that's when Marianne throws down the gauntlet. Yeah.
Yeah. She basically showed how having the idol was like having that idol was the plan, and how basically guaranteed that she was going to be in the final 3. It's just like that game cinching move. It was amazing. Clinching. Sorry.
I yelled when this happened. I was like, yeah, do it.
Yes,
queen.
Yeah,
it's like that's what we want to see. That's what we want to see. I was very happy with this speech. I was like, yes.
And we get some nice scenes. Chanel has a personal evolution. Everybody gives a nice, heartfelt speech, but it doesn't matter because Marianne's already won, guys.
In the bag. Okay. You love to see it.
Already win. Jeff says this is like the best tribal ever, but nobody asked how like someone's like sexuality impacts their game, and nobody asked someone to take their teeth out. So I just don't see how this could be one of the best tribals ever. I didn't see anyone's teeth come out of their mouth. So how could it be?
Yeah, although we did get close to the Suhawk snakes and rats thing with the cockroach.
Oh, the
so we did
true.
get close.
Yes,
We
yes,
did get
yes.
close. Yeah, I don't think we're ever gonna see the teeth thing again, Max. I don't want to. I want to let you down easy here. I don't want you to be expecting it every time.
I'm not expecting it. I'm just saying, how can you say that this is one of the best
I
tribals
know.
ever when that was so amazing?
It's
I'm just saying
unmatched.
nothing
It's
will ever
unmatched.
compare to saying take out your fucking teeth.
Yeah. I've heard Brenda still says she does not regret it, and that she's still satisfied with how everything went.
Savage.
It's like, God damn, Brenda.
Brenda, that was insane. They
She's
were
like, no,
so
my family
mad
was
at
proud.
Dawn,
My
man.
family was proud of me.
Dawn-
Everybody was proud of me.
Dawn pissed those people off. They were so mad at her.
Enough to make her take out her teeth in front of everybody. Holy shit.
Yep.
Wow. Definitely
But
made
but
that
Cochran
final
was the
three
saint to them.
iconic.
Cochran did nothing wrong. It was just Dawn.
It was all done.
It was all Dawn. Cochran did nothing wrong.
You should have made Cochran take out his teeth too.
Yeah. Here's a hammer. Take out your fucking teeth.
Here's some
Don't-
pliers.
You want $1 million? Take out her fucking teeth.
Cochran's like, well, $1 million will buy new teeth. I just
He's like, I don't even want the $1 million. I just want the title of sole survivor. That's what Cochran would say. Okay, I'll do it.
I breathe, survivor.
He's like, I just want to hang out with Jeff.
Best buds.
Yeah, Jeff's
Is he
like
still writing for that Will Arnett show on CBS?
No, him and David Wright were both writing for last time I
A
heard
CBS show?
for Star Trek Below Deck, the animated show on Paramount Plus.
Yeah. Well, David was writing for Family Guy, right? So this Star Trek, it's
Like
gonna
a
be
little bit.
This Star Trek
he
is gonna
had
be
written
like,
for Family Guy.
Remember the time when we went to Solar System X3X with Gary Coleman?
That's pretty good, Ben.
What you talking about, Picard?
Yeah, it's basically gonna be that.
Yeah, pretty much.
Really highbrow stuff.
I mean, that's pretty much all.
I'm
what
sad
Family
that
Guy
no
is.
more live reunions are going to happen, so we don't get to see Cochran in the front row. The camera goes on him.
Yeah.
He's like really uncomfortable, doesn't want to be there.
We're no
And
longer
then-
going to get to see Adam Scott in the audience, Tyler
know.
Perry. Oh,
So apparently Cochran can't drive, so because he's from the city, New York City, people. That's the city. So Jeff Probst would give him rides home.
oh, that's adorable. From CBS?
From wherever the finales were, like in LA.
Did Jeff pack him a lunch too?
I don't know. But
Write him a-
it's so
did
funny.
he write him a little note in his lunch that says "I love
Probst
you"?
is like and also Cochran would watch I heard in an interview Cochran would sometimes hang out with Sia to watch Survivor. Cochran's friends with Sia.
Did he ever ask her for money?
No, it's like Cochran like notoriously like doesn't hang out with people, and like sometimes like Sia will text him to hang out and he'll be like, yeah, I'll go hang out with Sia. It's like, Cochran, what is your life, man? You get rides from
I have two friends, Jeff and Sia.
Probst and Sia. Can you imagine Cochran going to Sia's house?
Well, she makes him lunch.
I'm so confused.
She puts on the TV for him and makes him lunch.
Do you think when he comes over, she's wearing the big wig too, or do you think she takes it off?
Yeah, she wears the big wig for sure.
Did you know who Sia was before Survivor?
Oh no, I did not at all. No, I had no idea. I had to Google.
See, they have to make the live finales. We need Sia. We need all this stuff. I can't believe
I am legitimately really disappointed because the live finale makes it feel like it's a really big deal.
I know.
You know, and people have been waiting for it, and it's this really fun thing, and we don't get to see the pre-merge boots anymore now. That sucks. Like I like seeing
I
everybody.
know they should have
like,
brought out Zach and shit. Like that would have been so funny.
Yeah. By the way, is Zach dating Marianne? He posted on Instagram a photo of them holding hands on the beach.
I bet
last
it's all
night.
just a joke.
I want to believe, Max.
I liked how he tweeted that they are not going to hold that he's not going to sign a prenup.
Oh yeah. It's good. It's good.
Yes. So we get the vote reveal, and they have no idea that Jeff is going to read them right there on the island. Well,
I did enjoy their reaction.
Yes. Well, he is
Jeff
going to
is
read
a
them.
prankster.
Yes, he is going to read them on the island, and then you're going to have a reunion right afterwards, and it's going to be really uncomfortable because he's going to have to watch the losers process it, and he's going to interview you right afterwards.
And you don't get to take a shower. Any of you final three, you don't get to take a shower, and you have to eat shitty Fijian pizza.
Romeo looks so not excited. He's like, I already know that I lost. Now we're gonna have to like watch. Everyone's gonna have to watch me lose. Like, can't you just like let me process it? You know?
Well, and let's be honest, like that reunion, since it's not live and it's taped, probably is going to be a lot longer to tape than a live one. So they were probably there for like 3 or 4 more hours. Those guys were exhausted, I'm sure.
Yeah, they're like fucking tired. Like, do you see how much fucking pizza Mike ate too? He was eating. Jonathan
like
too.
3 full pizzas.
Mike and Jonathan was eating the whole time. All right, so Marianne wins. 7-1 vote.
Yeah. Happy New Year, Marianne.
Yeah,
I wish she had gotten the clean sweep.
Yes.
I was hoping for it. I think she deserved it. That will always be disappointing, and I'll never forgive Jonathan the rest of my life.
You don't play that way. Yeah, I hate the pizza party. I don't like watching people eat during a reunion and shove pizza in their faces. Can't we feed them and then do the reunion like a little while later next year?
An hour later. Like set up your shot. You know. I think Jeff just thinks it adds to the I don't know, call it ambiance of the whole situation or something, where it's like, oh, this is very raw, it's very real. These guys are hungry. We're gonna feed them. We're gonna give them food, while they talk about the game.
Yeah, it's just I hate it.
I hope we go back to live finales. I think Jeff will hopefully hear the audience, because Jeff does he does try to listen sometimes to the fans. So hopefully, if the fans speak up loud enough that we want the live ones back, he'll bring it back.
Well, we're staying at 26 days.
Yeah.
So that's a cost-cutting thing. So I feel like the finale is just another cost-cutting thing.
Yeah. The pandemic really gave a big excuse for CBS to lower that budget.
Yeah.
Big time. Yeah.
So yeah, apparently Marianne had to sway everyone. Omar explained that it was a combination of Mike failing to like explain himself and Marianne really seizing the day and pulling out that idol.
Yeah.
And then it was mainly just people eating pizza and drinking champagne.
Yeah.
But something really stuck with me, Ben.
What's that?
Omar is allegedly a vet, right? And like an animal expert. He talks about animals all the
time.
Allegedly. Well, he said koala bear. I don't know what a koala bear is. I've heard of koalas.
Is there a big distinction between the two? I don't.
There's no such thing as koala bears. That's what maybe children call them.
But that's like the cute way of calling it. Little cute koala bear.
He is a doctor of animals.
He can't have cute nicknames for animals?
No. He should
like
know
he can't call a 6-year-old dog a little puppy.
Yeah, but I don't think that's what he was doing. He was saying what things are. He should not call koalas koala bears.
Okay, so you heard it here first, folks. Max is advocating that
Homer lose his veterinary
yes,
license.
that's where I was going with that.
Yeah,
That he loses his
he
veterinary
clearly
license.
doesn't know jack shit about animals.
He's not going to be working on my exotic birds. He
He's
ain't
not-
going to touch my emu. No,
He's
no,
not
no.
touching my koala. Notice I didn't call it a koala bear like someone I know.
We're going to have to. I'm Googling this right now, actually. I have to get to the bottom of this.
Google it. It's called a koala. It's now called a koala bear.
Nobody has ever even Googled this before. I'm seeing because there's no autofill.
Why can I hear your? I can
Huh?
hear your. I can hear your
My
thing. Oh no,
typing?
I can hear my video feed. I thought I could hear your video feed. Never mind.
No.
I was like, whoa, why can I hear your video? And it was mine. So, yes, they are koalas, not bears.
Wow. Okay. Why do some people call koalas bears? Please don't call me a koala bear. When Europeans first came to Australia, they thought that koalas looked like bears, so they were often called koala bears. Koalas are not bears. They are marsupials, and their correct name is koalas. Bye-bye, Omer. You
Bye,
cockroach. You're the
canceled.
cockroach of vets.
Canceled. So I just want to say, don't go to Omer with your koalas. He'll probably treat them like bears instead of marsupials. Could you imagine?
Yeah.
You need a marsupial operation, and he gives them a bear operation.
Yeah. Look, these animals, that, as my wife says in the chat, they're endangered. You can't be mislabeling an endangered species. You can't.
Yes. So luckily
an
you
entire
have,
species is coming to an end because of Omer.
luckily you have real animal experts like me here on Reality Alert
Yes.
to keep us informed.
Max the crocodile hunter,
I
right?
have to give credit to my girlfriend. The second that he said that, she was like, "Koalas aren't bears."
Boy, you two aren't a fan of cute little names, are you?
I don't think he didn't say it. Like, he wasn't like, "Oh, it's a koala bear." He was like, "Well, I think," because Jeff was having them like name people animals, and he was like, "Well, that person would be a koala bear," and very casual. He wasn't like, "Oh, a puppy dog." He's a koala bear.
Let's challenge Omer to defend himself on this podcast. We'll send him a message. We'll
At
say,
Omer,
you got koala bears wrong, and we need you to come on the pod and defend
yourself because we're really offended.
Defend your honor and defend your veterinary license.
Yes.
Okay. Maxter Doolittle. Yes.
Yes, I can talk to koalas.
And guess what they told me?
They
don't
told
like
me.
being called
They told me
bears.
Omer's canceled.
They told me that it's offensive being called a bear.
Yes.
They wouldn't really say anything though, right? They're just high on eucalyptus all the time, right?
Yes. We were going to cancel this recap actually, but I decided to go through with it just because I wanted to call out Omer about this.
Right.
So we did the whole thing just to get to the end. We weren't even going to talk about the pizza party because it was pretty worthless.
You were on a mission. You were on a mission.
We got a question from DM Rocks. Hey, DM, did you hear the Challenge USA with Big Brother, Survivor, Amazing Race, and Love Island? Yes, I did hear about this.
We can't stop hearing about it. Everybody won't shut up about how we need to do the challenge.
The challenge, yes. I've heard.
Maybe we should do that one, Max.
It's very tempting. We're gonna have to see what the schedule is like when it comes out.
Not as tempting as Temptation Island, but it's still
Not as
very
tempting. We are feeling very, very tempted about it. So
I had a maintenance guy come to my apartment like last week, and he saw my podcasting setup in this room, and he was like, "What do you podcast about?" I was like, "Reality TV," and he was like, "Do you do the challenge? Do you do the challenge?" I was like, "No, I do Survivor." He's like, "Well, I like Survivor, but do you do the challenge?" And I was like, "No," and he was like, "Well, this is this is a huge community. Like, you got to do this." So
I'm feeling tempted.
We're thinking about it.
Yeah, I've heard some rumored Survivor cast members. Should we say who we've heard?
Oh yeah, we can say. I heard Tyson.
I heard Christian Hubicki.
Oh, that would be fun. But isn't the challenge? It's a very physical competition, isn't it?
I know. I don't know why I heard Christian Hubicki.
Well, that would be fun, I guess. I don't know. Tyson's in it, though, I know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Tyson
I've
Fossler.
heard a bunch of names like scrambled around. I know they already filmed it.
I know a lot of people were asked, and a lot of people turned it
A
down.
lot of people said no. A lot of people were like upset that they
think-
wouldn't called.
Janelle from Big Brother.
She said no.
She said no. Yeah.
So we'll have to see who turns on about it. I definitely want to watch it because there's a lot of people I like from all those shows. Love Island people.
Oh, here we go. DM Rocks has the list. He says Tyson, Dominic, Sarah Lucina, Ben, oh God, Tasha Fox, Shan, and Danny from 41, and Desi from 35.
Okay.
Okay. That could be fun. That could be fun.
Be interesting. I like Dominic a lot.
Yeah, I like Dominic a lot too. And obviously I love Tyson. Tyson's one of my all-time favorite players. So
Yes.
Tasha could be fun.
Yeah, she's really good. I like Danny too. So, and you know what? Shan will be Shan, so that could be good.
Yeah. Truth be told, I don't know much about the challenge. I remember one of the reasons we were sort of overlooking it and stuff that we would cover was because it's a lot. There's like a lot of episodes and it goes on for a while, right? I don't know, maybe not.
But we know a lot of, and we don't know anything about the challenge because it's so far into it. But
like Challenge All Stars, we could have never done. But this one, maybe, since we know a lot of the contestants.
We know Big Brother people. We know the Amazing Race. I know the Love Island people too, or some of them, or I'll probably know some of them. So that would be good. And I'll know, I might know some of the Amazing Race people.
We'll look into it. We might do it.
We will. Jordan brings up that there's this new show coming out called, I haven't seen the trailer, called The Traitor with Suri and Stephanie LaGrossa.
I'll watch anything with Suri in it.
We'll definitely be considering that show. We'll have to look into it, but love Suri and Stephanie LaGrossa.
And only Suri.
Yeah, we're into the Suri part. They really chose two polar opposites there. But
they really did.
Let's just focus on how much we love Suri.
I thought this Stephanie LaGrossa train had come and gone. I thought we were done with that, but she's back, I guess now.
Yeah, she's back in action.
Yeah, not my favorite Survivor player. Yeah,
but Suri, I mean,
Suri,
here we go.
My God, she's the queen. I love
my
her.
Jersey girl. Let's go.
I still want her to come back for Survivor season because I just will not be able to sleep at night until she wins.
Yeah,
I need her to win one season. Yeah, why couldn't they do for her what they did for Rupert, where they were like, let's just give Rupert $1 million?
Yeah, it's fine. Just give her just do it.
Yeah, give her the money.
But yeah, we're gonna keep our eyes on whatever fun stuff is coming up. But definitely the Challenge USA, if we don't cover it, but definitely very tempting. I'll definitely be watching it, and the Traitor we'll have our eyes on too.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe we'll cover it for the Patreon. Who knows?
Yeah. I also had this my eye. I saw this trailer for this show that came out called The Real Love Boat that's coming out in the fall. They're gonna have a cruise. I don't know when they're gonna put people on and call it The Real Love Boat. They're like accepting applications or something, but it's gonna air in the fall.
That sounds up our alley.
It's on CBS too. I'm like, oh, that sounds good.
Oh, I love that.
Oh yeah, The Real Love Boat.
I think Love Island 2 is another show that we've definitely been considering. So that might be one.
All this garbage.
And we'll think about Big Brother. We'll think about it.
We'll think about it.
We would not cover every single episode. It would be like a 1 a week episode, pretty much, if we did. And same with Love Island. That's what we would do. So
yes,
it's too much. Big Brother's just too much. Same with Love Island. Too many episodes.
Too many.
Every single one. Yep.
Too many.
Yep. It's too much. Otherwise, though, we're coming to a close on this season of shows.
Yes.
Tempty finished, this one finished, and Circle. So we're going into a little break here. Although you can still expect us to be doing 90 Day Fiance recaps. Our Patreon recaps are still going to be happening. We might do some Lords of Love episodes here and there in between this season of reality shows in the next season. So you can look forward to stuff like that. And we'll be sure to announce what our next lineup of shows for the summer is that we're going to be covering sometime in the next few weeks. So you can look forward to that.
Yes.
Yep. Otherwise, we're going to have a lot of interviews next week with Temptation Island people, Circle people, if we can get them, Survivor people, but they're tough. Very tough to get. But
Yes.
we do have, if you're a Circle watcher, we do have Alyssa and John confirmed for next Wednesday. So you can look forward to those 3 p.m. Eastern for Alyssa, John 6 p.m. Eastern. So those are going to be some fun interviews. Otherwise, join our Patreon, guys. We've got a lot of fun stuff already up on that website. 3 different tiers of fandom that you can choose of. The lowest tier is $5 and it gets you weekly content. We recap a new thing every single week. First week we recapped Marry Me, the film. Second week we recapped a 2009 ABC show called Dating in the Dark, which was a precursor for Love is Blind. It was Love is Blind before Love is Blind was around. So those were fun shows to recap. If you want to check those out, go on to our Patreon. That's patreon.com/Reality Alert. Otherwise, follow us on socials, Reality Alert Podcast on Instagram, Reality Alert _ on Twitter, youtube.com/Reality Alert. Set your notifications on for when we go live. That way you can catch us live on YouTube. So otherwise, I don't think we have anything else. We're going to be going live right after this for our Temptation Island finale if you're watching live and want to see that. So join us for that.
Okay, bye.
Bye-bye.
It's the place you go when you finish your show. We're your 2 best friends. Our names are Max and Ben. We're self-proclaimed television experts. It's Reality Alert.
I have the shiniest dress, the most expensive dress in the